Hello, my peaches. What's up? I am Pratha, and welcome to today's video. I saw the new launches on Victoria's Secret. Heat was not getting that much of my attention because I always feel that with flankers, nothing changes drastically. But when I saw the new Elixir collection, I was like, I have to try it. It's mostly red in color, and I was getting a feeling about the cherry one that it's definitely going to be a dupe for a high-end perfume, and we are going to figure that out in this video. So let's quickly jump into this video. Let's start with Bare Vanilla Heat. The thing is that though I was not very much interested in the Heat line all over, but then if there is something in Bare Vanilla, I have to try it. There's something about Bare Vanilla that always I just feel like trying different flankers of Bare Vanilla. I'm just super curious about this fragrance. I've always been liking it and I cannot stalk it enough. I just missed out on the La Creme flankers, but Heat, I had to try it because it has the notes of spiced mango, solar coconut, and Bare Vanilla heats up. Especially the spiced mango thing really grabbed my attention. I was like, this is going to be something different because a sweet pulpy mango is kind of common since I have tried Summer Melody and some other fragrances from Bath and Body Works. But a spiced mango is something really different and I really wanted to try it. Let's just spray it. And I don't know, you guys were, I think, in the comment section talking about trying fragrances in the caps and everything. But if, I'm trying the fragrances here in caps, but I have tried them, tested them out, wore them on my skin, and then I am coming to some conclusions. So that's what I wanted to clear it. It's not that I am spraying them just in the cap and then giving my verdict on these fragrances. The opening of this fragrance is very different. It's like, I'm not really getting the exactly spicy mango, but what I'm getting in here is the mango peel, which is in a transitioning period. It's not exactly a raw mango and it's not exactly a sweet pulpy completely ripe kind of mango, but just kind of transitioning. And that transition is just the mango peel, how a mango peel would smell like during that transition. This is what it is smelling like. It's kind of refreshing, not overly sweet, but it has this kind of refreshing different take on a fragrance, and I really like the opening of this. But then in the dry down, it definitely sits into the Bare Vanilla DNA, and when it completely dries down, it very strongly reminds me of Bare Vanilla Crystal. I don't find too much of a difference between both of them, and I just feel that if the opening would have made the dry down a little different, that would have been really interesting. But they smell pretty identical to each other in the dry down. That's what I'm feeling for now. But as I will wear the Heat one more, I can tell you more about it. And I just feel this way that whenever I wear a fragrance and keep wearing it back to back, I just keep discovering new things about it, and that's when my opinions change a lot later on. But for now, I'm really liking this. If you missed out on the crystal line and if you're looking for something like this is the opening on this is slightly different. I feel that this has some kind of bergamot in the opening to give this a fresh and crystally feel, and this is kind of more on the smoother and slightly spicier side of things, which is smelling exactly what I just explained. So if you missed out on the crystal range and if you want a classy and less sweet version of Bare Vanilla, you must look in the direction of Bare Vanilla Heat for now. Let's start with the Elixir line, and the first one that we are talking about is Berry Elixir, and beautiful plummy kind of a shade and very beautiful different looking packagings this time. Really liking this whole dark colored bottle concept, and it has the notes of vanilla bourbon, muddled berries, and sensational high. I don't know, for some reason, since Victoria's Secret and Bath and Body Works, they all, both of them launched the berry fragrances at the same time. I was feeling that they might be similar somewhere, but when I spray this, I clearly smell that bourbon vanilla mixing in with some berries, kind of a creamy bourbon vanilla paste sort of a thing. And it's just so yummy and like a gourmand fragrance for sure. And I feel that this is more so, it's a berry fragrance, definitely on the slightly fresher side of things, like very, very slightly. But I just, since it's hot these days, so I'm just feeling that it's more appropriate for colder weather or for the pleasant weather. Maybe like a cozy berry sweet bourbon kind of fragrance for the rainy season, or for the autumn days, or for the transitioning period when it's yeah, basically the autumn period. It's great for that. It's great for, just putting on a sweet cozy berry, but still kind of a very bakery like berry. How do I explain it? Yeah, very bakery like berry, but still with a bit of, as it's drying down, it still has this kind of shampooiness in the background. And it's like the berry meringue is through and through a fresh fragrance. And I was actually thinking that it is going to be slightly similar to prismatic stars from Bath and Body Works, but that's not the case. This is a different fragrance in itself, just a little different discussion from all this. Somebody asked me that whether they should invest their money in Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret, and this is a good question to ask. I just feel that way. And I would say that it's about your preference. Like, you will not get that much of a longevity with Victoria's Secret, that's for sure. That's not going to happen. You will never get a very long lasting body mist from Victoria's Secret ever. But if you like the fragrance enough, if you like the concept enough, you can definitely look in the direction of these, especially in the price point of 999 rupees. But if longevity of fragrances is your priority, then I think you must go for Bath and Body Works, because not every Bath and Body Works body spray, but some of them are pretty long lasting and perform like perfumes. But if you ask me the quality of both of them, I can say that, the quality is pretty similar. There's not much of a difference between both of them, and I agree that we get Bath and Body Works in much lesser prices in the sale days and during semi-annual sale for sure. So yes, if you are looking for particularly that kind of fragrance, then only look in the direction of Victoria's Secret. Now this berry fragrance has this, where I left off, that it has this shampooiness along with that, that very gourmandy opening. It's now settling down and becoming kind of a fresh shampooy kind of fragrance, just like whipped berry meringue. How whipped berry meringue has this gourmand side to it as well, but still is kind of a shampooy, like, I think it comes along with the berry note, and that's what is in here. So it's a beautiful autumn and a transitioning period kind of a fragrance, and beautiful for the pleasant days basically. Next up we have Rouge Elixir number 2, and beautiful looking red colored bottle. Trying that the camera focuses on it well. Yeah, so the color and the name reminded me of Nina Ricci's Extra Rouge or the regular Rouge, and it has the notes of red currant, almond cream, and absolute decadence. Now this fragrance, I have to say that, is straight up a red currant fragrance for sure in the opening, and it's more of this fizzy kind of red currant in it, which is refreshing, sweet, and uplifting. This smells like a fizzy red color for some reason to me. Maybe it's just the, packaging effect that is happening. But It's not very much reminding me of Rouge from Nina Ricci, because I have tried that one. I feel that Rouge or Extra Rouge is pretty sweet, like a lot sweeter and kind of powdery in the dry down. I was expecting this to be like a little powdery, but it's more like starting off with a fizziness, but then sitting into a smooth red currant kind of fragrance, which kind of reminds me of a sweet and sour kind of drink for some reason. Almond cream is kind of making it very smooth in the background and smooth when it dries down. So it's not really coming off as a powdery fragrance to me. Like, as the name suggests, Rouge Elixir, I was expecting this to be a super powdery and sweet kind of very feminine fragrance. It's definitely feminine, it's definitely a little grown up, like a grown up woman's fresh fragrance for sure. And it has this little bit of this maturity to itself. It's not for the young, it's not for the teens, it's not for somebody in college. It's definitely for somebody who is going to office. And then it's a beautiful, like, I just feel that it has this romantic vibe to it, and it's very, very much appropriate for the day and night for summers. And if you are not a very strong fragrance lover, or if you are not you can't handle very strong fragrances, then these body mists are a very, very good option to be considering. And for all those who do not like using very strong fragrances, or have issues or get headache from strong fragrances, body mists is a very, very good option to be looking into the direction of, because they just make you smell good without being too much out there. And when somebody comes close to you, you kind of smell nice. This also kind of reminded me of the fizziness in the opening, kind of reminded me of Blackberry Fizz, which I have always been hyping so much on my channel, and I love that. So yes, I'm not disappointed. It's more like a denser version of Blackberry Fizz for me. Like, that one is through and through a fizzy drink kind of a fragrance. It's kind of similar, but very much on the smoother side and on the denser side of things. And instead of the blackberries, it has the red currant. So that red currant is very much giving it this sweet and sour fragrance to it. And moving on to the last one, which is Cherry Elixir. I don't know, for some reason I'm feeling that this background that I'm sitting on is not showcasing the products very clearly, and it's kind of not looking neat. I might not do this background again. So yes. Now, Cherry Elixir has the notes of black cherry, liquid amber, and quite mystery. What I have to say is that when I saw this fragrance, when I saw the packaging, the color, and the notes, it just instantly made me think of Lost Cherry from Tom Ford. And I am not wrong about it. This is a very different and beautiful blend of black cherry, that dark cherry fragrance to it. It's like this super deep dark cherry with a warmth to it, and then it has a strong creamy nuttiness in the background. Now, if you go and look at the notes of Tom Ford Lost Cherry, you will find that Lost Cherry also has the black cherry note, along with a lot of other things going on, but then majorly the black cherry, rum, or I think liquor. So this also has this liquor feel to it, like this, yeah, like cherry mixed with liquor, but then having a lot of warmth to it, and then creaminess from the almonds. That nuttiness is so prominent, like that nuttiness is the first thing that you smell in it. And this is a very, very different take on cherry, and I think it's very, very much inspired. I'm not saying that it's an exact dupe, like a spot on dupe, but it's very much inspired from Lost Cherry from Tom Ford, because I've tried it and I remember that one being just way too strong for me. I have mentioned that before as well. But for now, in this version, I'm really, really liking it, and I'm all up for using this. But it's a through and through winter kind of fragrance. Like, imagine this dark fruitiness mixing in with liquor and mixing in with the warmth of amber, and then sitting into a very creamy nuttiness in it. So it's a through and through a winter fragrance. So I'll be waiting for winters now to put this on, because this is unique. This is a very, very unique blend of dark cherry and almonds, and I am loving it in here. But I have to say, it's not a safe blind buy. You have to love the unique fragrances. You have to love the deep, dark, sexy kind of fragrances to be loving this, to be, if you have tried Tom Ford Lost Cherry and you like that kind of fragrances, or in general, if you really like cherry fragrances and you want some unique kind of blend in terms of cherry fragrance, then you must buy this one, try this one, because I think these are limited edition for now on the website. And we have been hearing this, that we might get the Decadence range back, but we never got La Creme back, we never got Decadent back. So I don't think that once it's off the website, it's ever gonna come back again. I'm really not sure about that. So if you have to buy it, try it, this is the time for you. Now, talking about the longevity on these, I tried them just on because I've recently received them. I am in a hurry to upload this video because the sale might pop up again on the website, and I need to give and share my thoughts with you guys in time. So I've just tried it on my skin, and on my skin they were not very long lasting. I am talking about Bare Vanilla Heat, Berry Elixir, Rouge Elixir, but Cherry Elixir is definitely a long lasting one, and it stayed the most. The other ones kind of stayed around 1.5 to 2 hours, but this definitely stayed long. So I am believing that on my clothes it's gonna stay even longer, and is going to be one of the fragrances which is going to be a long lasting fragrances. Also, I have to say that this DNA, just like the Signorina Misteriosa DNA, this DNA is also a very long lasting kind of DNA. I don't know why nobody has ever mentioned this being a kind of inspired fragrance from Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I'm not saying that it's exactly same, but it's very much on those lines, because I don't have Lost Cherry to compare them side by side. But since I have tried Lost Cherry, I can tell you that I see a lot of similarity in this with that. So yes, that's the entire collection. If I have to pick something, like if I absolutely have to pick something, I am leaving out Berry Elixir, because I have so many berry fragrances right now. It's not that I don't like it. I really like this dense and that this creamy kind of smooth kind of berry fragrance in here. But it's not that I've never had a smooth berry fragrance which is kind of shampooy, so I'm gonna leave this out. And I would say that my top 2 picks from the entire range has to be Rouge Elixir and Cherry Elixir. And if I just have to pick one, okay, conditions apply. If I have to pick one which will be crowd pleasing, which will be like a safe blind buy kind of a fragrance, then that's going to be Rouge Elixir. But then if I have to go in little different direction, if you're looking into some more winter fragrances or unique fragrances, then I would pick Cherry Elixir. And that's the end of the video, guys. Bare Vanilla Heat, really loving the opening, but I wish it had stayed in the dry down as well. We'll test it out more and update you guys on this. And that's the entire collection, guys. I did not pick up Fleur Elixir because you know me, I am not somebody who would look in the direction of a floral fragrance, because I just feel that I never do a justice to explaining floral fragrances. all that I could say is that this is a floral fragrance. It's kind of smelling nice and fresh, and that's where my explanation ends with it. So yeah, I hope you're still here watching me and liking me. Don't forget to give this video a big fat thumbs up down below. Keep looking beautiful, keep smelling good, keep your requests coming, and keep leaving some emojis in the comment section so that you let me know that you're here and watching me. Have a great day all. Bye bye. Mwah.